Po przerwie kawowej.
Welcome after the break. I can see that you're coming back, so those of you who are online, please be patient. And to make sure that all that are present in the room will take their place, and we are about to start the awards gala in the Europass and Euroguidance competition. Category number 1, article on the use of digital technology in career guidance. Another category is interactive class scenario for career guidance, and category 3, rescuing success story, success stories. Everything you need to know about the competition Wiktoria Chyżniak knows everything about the competition. She represents the Foundation for the Development of Education System, and I will give the floor to Victoria, who will talk about it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very pleased to welcome you at the competition gala. Everything works fine. I'm very happy to be with you in person. Let us start the competition gala, which has been held in Poland for the first time. So the national Europass and Euroguidance centers are the organizers of the competition. So let me briefly outline the goal of the competition. The categories have been mentioned by my predecessor. So the main theme for the competition was to inspire others with your experience, and this competition was launched on the 13th of March and continued until the 28th of April. What was the purpose of the competition? To promote career guidance in Poland and to improve our services and to identify and acknowledge the most talented and experienced career counselors. We also wanted to promote the work, the services, which bring tangible results on the local scale, and we want to promote Euroguidance in Poland. Who are the competition participants? So it was addressed to a broad group of competitors, and the most active ones included career counselors, teachers, academic teachers, and trainers. So let us move on to the most pleasant part of the gala and the awards. So we have 3 competition categories. In each category we have given the first, second and third place, and the special mention. And the jury of the first category has selected a special mention. So I will ask my colleague of Europass and Euroguidance Center, Piotr Kusiec, to come to the floor, and together we will present the awards. Maybe a small round of applause for Piotr as he appears on stage, and they have a lot of work ahead of them. So let us start with the third special mention, then third place, second and the first, and after brief presentation of the winner in a given category, we will have a family photo for each category. So we will have 3 family photos for each category. First category, article on the use of digital technologies in career guidance. So let us start with special mention, which has been given to Katarzyna Wójcik-Foche, article entitled Technology. I say yes. Please, madam, come to the floor and select your and accept your award. You can give a smile. Yes, thank you. Katarzyna Wójcik, special mention for her article entitled Technology, I say yes. So the third place has been won by the article Use of Digital Technology in Career Guidelines, the article offered by Anna Rduch. So please, Anna, come to the floor. You to collect the award, accept the award. So here we have a representative of Anna, maybe it's Anna as well. Agata Kowalik. A big round of applause for Agata too, replacing Anna. Thank you very much. And now it's time for the second place for the article entitled Action Gamification, offered by Edyta Kowal-Wenzel. Edyta, please come to the floor.
Dziękujemy serdecznie, nagroda odebrana, można wrócić na miejsce, ale jeszcze...
So thank you very much, and please come back to us for the family photos. And now it is time to announce the winner in this category, and the winner is Agnieszka Jachym, who has offered the article entitled Latest Technologies in Career Guidance. Agnieszka, please come on stage.
Zapraszamy do zdjęcia Pani Agnieszko,
family photo.
do zabrania głosu, ponieważ
And
zwyciężczyni
Agnieszka, we will give you the floor and we will hear the acceptance speech. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I have heard the technicians that you should stand close to the mic and do not tap on it. So I will use the technical advice and will speak clearly. I come from Kielce. I'm a teacher and I have been professionally active for 30 years. So this award is the crowning of my 30-year jubilee. I hope for the next 30 years. So, and my path to school was a difficult one. So I will mention my article and I will also tell you why I have written it. I'm a farmer by profession. I specialize in beetroot cultivation. I have studied in Ukraine. So it was the transformation time when I started my study, and I have graduated when the Poland has become a free country, and because my parents were teachers, I have continued the family tradition, and I was very lucky because I still am very close to farming and agriculture, but I have been very satisfied with my professional career. So I remember blackboard and chalk and paper-based register and the pen, which was the main tool. So I believe some teachers still remember these times. So
No i moje zderzenie z technologiami.
So what was my first contact with technology? So it was the first crash with my son. He used to tell me, you need to learn because you will not catch up. You know, you should be ashamed of you. Where is your mobile phone? Where is your laptop? Where is your other device? So I have decided to listen to my son. So I work at a school of technology, secondary school of technology. So I'm surrounded by professionals. So I started with chalk and blackboard. Then we have digital registers, which was a big breakthrough for teachers. And now I'm starting to enjoy these technologies. So my predecessor has said that you shouldn't be depressed about your skills. Well, I'm trying to do my best. I'm not very skillful at it, but being a 50-plus person, I'm a big fan of ChatGPT. I have I have used a translator application, DeepL, and because I translate from Ukrainian to Polish, so I can help Ukrainian students more efficiently.
Więc myślę, że faktycznie młodzi ludzie urodzili się z technologią.
So yes, young people are digital natives.
Niosą to w pieluchach.
And we, digital immigrants, had to take a hard path to learn new technologies and to use them and enjoy them. Obviously, they make life easier. Those fantastic apps, when you make appointments for a hairdresser or a taxi driver, so I'm using, for example, the services of of the companies whose name starts with B. So this is a leap into the 21st century, and we are moving on. The technology is developing. We are using automation in medicine. Bots will be used in any sector. AI has been stopped a bit by the European Union, so limitations have been imposed, and it will not be allowed to create certain things, but how much it will learn, how much we'll learn from it, the future will tell. So I believe that this first year and first competition in Poland and the topic of it is excellent, because I believe that career counselors are people who need to improve their skills on an ongoing basis. They need to learn a lot on the internet, and they need to acquire knowledge only because they interact with humans who need up-to-date information. And how to do it? You no longer use encyclopedia. No one writes new encyclopedias. So you need to find knowledge online, and you need to use new technologies for this purpose. So I wanted to thank the organizers for this distinction and for choosing my article. I also want to thank my students, who have been a great motivation for me, and they have helped me many times when I had some problems with my digital skills. So I have had support from them, and I want to thank my son, who is an IT specialist, who is a cybersecurity specialist, because it is thanks to his quite negative feedback, he has motivated me to use this technology. Thank you very much. Thank you, Agnieszka Jachim, the winner of the first place in the first category. And I want to invite the laureates of the remaining laureates of the first category for the family photo. So Edyta and Agnieszka and Katarzyna, please come to the stage and we'll take a family photo. I'm not a part of a family, so I will go down. And now it's a photo time. Thank you so much. So a big round of applause for the winners in the first category. And now it's time for the announcement of the winners in the second category, interactive scenario for group classes in career guidance. The third place has been taken by Agnieszka Rak and her scenario called 4 Steps to Work. Thank you so much. Now it's time for the winner of a second place. I like the title. Will robots make us lose our work? So the second place is taken by Adrianna Zoni. And now it's the time for the first place, for the winner of the first place. So an interactive scenario for group classes in career guidance. And the title of the screen scenario is The Wizard of Oz, so the Wizards of Career Guidance. And the winner is Monika Mazur-Mitrowska. So, photo opportunity right now, thank you. And now the floor is yours. So I'm very pleased to welcome you, and I'm very honored for being awarded the Career Guidance Oscar, which is the crowning of my professional career, because I have been a career counselor for my whole professional life. I'm a psychologist, I'm a consultant teacher in career guidance and pedagogical support at the Mazowieckie Center for in-service teacher training in Radom. I'm also an academic teacher. I work at European Academy for Sociology and Technology. I am also a lifelong learner, so I'm really honored and pleased to win the award. And I want to thank you for this idea, for this concept, and thank you for being with us and working for us. You have such brilliant ideas, and you really motivate us to work, and you really encourage us to share our experiences. So I will tell you a story of Wizard of Oz, or Wizard of Oz, in order to make you feel how you can identify your assets and your resources. And I will show you a brief presentation on how to discover your powers, inner powers. So based on the Wizard of Oz, I have developed a tool for career guidance aimed at resource balancing. So this is the Wizard of Oz, winning your own powers, learning your own powers. So this scenario is addressed to primary school students, grade 7 and 8, and the initial years of secondary schools. So this is a storytelling scenario. It also involves gamification because the students who are involved in this fairy tale world, they compete, and obviously they need to answer coaching questions.
As you can see, based on the Wizard of Oz story, teachers enter the world of stories, of fairy tales. And they're introduced to 4 characters. Of course, we have a wizard, and the 4 characters take 4 paths to access, to reach the wizard. We have the all the characters from the original story. And we have Scarecrow, and we have Dorothy, who wants to go home to her place, to the place where she was taken away from by the wind, where she appeared in the world of the Wizard of Oz. So those 4 characters are on a path to discover their resources, to get to know themselves. So this is what my tool will be used for. And let me show you where to find the tool. You can enter the phrase in a search engine, the Wizard of DOZ, and then this will direct you to the main screen. And that tool is meant to balance intellect, emotions, actions, and setting goals, as well as achieving goals. So I encourage you to visit the website and to play this interactive game. As you can see, we have 4 players or 4 participants that can be engaged in this game. This game may be provided in a computer room where students can play can compete against one another. And students use a digital dice, which allows them to select the number of moves or steps that they can move forward on a board. And this is the end screen, and the wizard appears and asks coaching questions, which top the entire game. But during the travel of the 4 characters, different challenges have been prepared, which need to be addressed by the participants. So these are coaching questions, and there are some visual questions or visual responses. There are metaphors and so on the way to the Emerald Castle. So these questions are asked by the vocational or career guide, which is the wizard. And I will not describe the full process of the game, but I want to share the message of the 4 avatars, of the 4 characters. The Scarecrow says that he has the power. The tin number says dare to present more power, and then the next one is the Dorothy, who wants to go home. Her message is follow your power and it will take you where you want to get. So I would like you to venture and reach the Emerald Castle. And I would like all of you to be able to discover your potential, your resources, in order to share it with your students so that they can discover the most important things they have in their heart. I'd like to thank the organizers for your fantastic initiative. I really enjoyed sharing my story, and I would like express my greetings to all career guides, advisors, because we have a big role. We need to support our students to have a successful life, and happiness is something that is a quote from the Wizard of Oz. The Scarecrow said, "I would like to ask for brains, not for a heart, because." Anybody knows what to do with a heart, but the Tin Lumber said that happiness, heart is more important because brain does not secure happiness. Happiness is the best thing in the world. So I'd like to wish you great success in your work. Thank you, Monika, and I would thank you for taking us to this magic world. But let's now go back to the forum, and I'd like to invite all the winners, and this is Monika Manzor-Mitrowska, Adrianna Zoń, Agnieszka Rak, and let's have a family photo. And one more time, give them a round of applause.
Dziękuję uprzejmie, możecie wrócić na miejsce. Drodzy Państwo,
okay, let's go back to your seats, and as I told you before, we are now going to present the third category, which is European Year of Skills 2023, Reskilling Success Story of People Who Rebranded. So the jury did not award the third place, but we have two winners of the second and first place. Let's now invite Jolanta Wcisło-Guzdek. Thank you very much, and please return to your place for a moment and join us later for a family photo. And now we'd like to invite the winner of the third category, and that is Joanna Gajdzińska. Congratulations, and now the floor is yours. Okay, hello. My name is Joanna Gajdzińska, and I took part in this competition of Euroguidance in the third category, a success story of a person who rebranded. So my work was meant to present a story. For 11 years, I've been working in an automobile and construction school in Głogów, named by Leonardo da Vinci. And 11 years ago, I got a job at this school as a Polish language teacher. And that's because in 1997, I graduated from a Polish language school in the specialty of theater science at Wrocław University. And for good 14 years, I've been working as a Polish language teacher. In the first year of my employment at this school in Głogów, I noticed that the school did not have a professional career counseling program, nor did it employ a professional career guide. I also was not certain that enough Polish language lessons would be assigned to me. So I had an intense moment of what to do in my professional life. So I had in mind Mark Twain's words, and I decided to take off and leave this safe harbor and sail away from a safe harbor and throw off the bowlines. So I got enrolled in a study of career counselors in Gniezno, and for 10 years I've been doing this work at my school. So how did it start? I started by developing a professional career guidance program, and I titled it "I Learn from the Best and I Want to Be a Good Ambassador of My School on the Labor Market." And this was my original program. The main objective of the program was to bring this vocational school that I was employed in to the labor market. And it was not so obvious because back when it happened, the labor market was the employers' market, and the employers were not willing to start closer cooperation with schools, especially vocational schools, especially not in the way they do it today, nowadays, because now the labor market belongs to the employees. I managed to establish cooperation with companies who were based in Polkowicka Special Economic Zone. Among others, it was Volkswagen Motor Poland and Cytec Bros, Sanden Manufacturing Poland, and these were local companies as well. Towers Fanaba in Głogów, Gedium in Nowa Sól, or Urban in Środa Śląska. Those companies host many school excursions with that I go to with my students, and we develop soft skills together. And the first European project that I was engaged in was titled "Human Beings Are the Best Investments. Human Resources Are the Best Investment." And students from our school were engaged in developing a model of a pneumatic chassis with it, together with employees from the founding company. And that innovation won them a certificate for the school, which was a top quality school. It was a great satisfaction to me. Working as a career counselor started by joining a networking. So I joined an association of school and career guides of the Republic of Poland, then Dolnośląska network of career counselors, and a network of cooperation. I organized a competition, a vocational competition titled Vocational Road Signs, and it was addressed at third-year students, in cooperation with the powiat of Głogów and neighboring powiats. I also organize other regular competitions that take place annually, and for instance those organized on the occasion of the days of entrepreneurs and days of career and global celebrations. I engage fellow teachers and students to take part in such solutions. I use Microsoft 365 and Teams, Zoom, Click Meeting. I I also used other solutions, and I contacted my teachers via Teams. And there was a great achievement that I want to share, was taking care of my student during the pandemic. The student was willing to take part in a 3-stage competition. It was an all-Polish competition, and it was organized by a WCC Foundation from Lublin under the auspices of the Institute of Educational Studies. And my student ranked 3rd in the competition. During the years 2015, 2022, I completed 3 Erasmus Plus 2-year projects for vocational apprenticeship in Germany, and students from renewable energy and systems were able to go to GETS in Germany for 1-month-long apprenticeships. And the first one was titled "We Learn from the Best," and the second was "We Perfect Key Competencies," and it was organized with a renewable energy partner from Germany. And the third competition was renewable energy sources, the best create economy 4.0. I was a coordinator of the third project, and I was engaged during the 2 weeks of this apprenticeship as a caretaker. After returning home, I wrote an article called organizing projects under Erasmus Plus, and during all those projects, I believed we cooperated with Mr. Kutz in editing, or actually in developing Europass mobility. I believe this was the case because we only contacted by phone. I like to develop my professional skills, but I'm also happy to share my knowledge and my competencies. So I was invited by a Center for Education of the Republic of Poland, and I was involved in a conference, professional counseling, career counseling in a remote setting. And I also conducted career counseling of examples of best practices. It was an all-Polish conference organized online. And during this current school year, I took part in a diagnostic workshop for contemporary career counselors. And during a district conference titled "Professionally because Vocationally," 75 years of education in Ruda Popolskie. I also publish articles in a quarterly career advisor and a monthly contemporary or modern career counseling in a primary school. And I developed a range of scenarios dedicated to 7th and 8th graders. Linda Brekel wrote that life is like riding a bike. It's impossible to maintain your balance while you're standing still. And in some way I agree with what she said, and I use her quote during my presentations. I really try to keep balance by development, and I mean personal and professional development. In 2016, I completed coaching professional schools in Muchowicz Institute, and quite recently, also during the pandemic, I extended or developed my skills by a business coach training. I'm also a career counseling partner, and these skills allowed me to take part in integrated project developed by the Marshal's Office of Dolnośląskie Voivodeship, which was directed at people who were at risk of exclusion, social exclusion, exclusion and professional exclusion. And it was organized in special educational and care facilities. I also have a certificate to measure personality features using Hogan tool. And I noticed that students at my school have experienced an emotional decline and deteriorated mental health due to remote education and lockdown. So last year I completed a training, a coach of social skills. And this school year, I developed a program, a workshop program, which was titled Hidden or Masked Emotions. And I implemented this program during classes with my students. I would like to thank you very much, like my colleagues, to the jury for your award, for noticing my effort, and I'd like to thank the audience as well for hearing my story. Thank you, Joanna Gajdzińska, who is the winner in the third category. And I would like to ask Jolanta Wcisło-Guzdek to the podium, and we'd like to take a family photo in this category as well.